Welcome, dear friend. I am truly grateful that you are here with me in this quiet moment. You have chosen a gentle path tonight, a path of calm, stillness, and mindful rest. Wherever you are right now, whether you are lying in your bed, resting on a sofa, or sitting quietly with your eyes slowly growing heavy, know that this space is safe. Nothing is required of you. There is nowhere you need to go, and nothing you need to become. For this next while, you may simply rest. Before we continue, I softly invite you to stay with me until the end of this video. Each moment is designed to gently guide your mind away from the noise of the day and toward a deeper, more peaceful sleep. If you find comfort here, I would also be honored if you chose to subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you allow me to continue sharing these quiet stories and gentle reflections with you whenever you need rest, calm, or a soft place to land. As I speak, allow your body to settle. I am settling too. I feel the weight of the day slowly leaving me, and perhaps you can sense the same. I begin by noticing my breath, not changing it, not forcing it, only becoming aware of it. The breath comes in and it goes out. Each breath feels like a small wave, arriving without effort, leaving without struggle. If your breathing feels uneven or restless, that is perfectly fine. There is no correct way to breathe here. I gently place my attention on my shoulders, and I notice how they soften when I stop holding them up. I imagine them melting downward, as if warmed by a quiet evening sun. My jaw loosens. My tongue rests gently in my mouth. Even my thoughts begin to slow, not because I command them to, but because they no longer need to hurry. You may notice the same, or you may not. Either way is welcome. Tonight, I do not carry the burdens of yesterday, and I do not reach for the worries of tomorrow. I remind myself that this moment is enough. In the teachings of the Buddha, there is a quiet understanding that suffering often comes from holding too tightly or pushing too hard. So tonight, I practice not holding. I practice allowing. I allow the day to be complete exactly as it was. If thoughts appear, I watch them the way I might watch clouds drifting across a wide, open sky. I do not chase them, and I do not push them away. I simply notice them passing, changing shape, dissolving on their own. Each thought that fades creates more space inside me. That space feels gentle. That space feels kind. As my body grows heavier, I sense the support beneath me. The bed, the floor, the earth itself is holding me without effort. I do not need to hold myself together anymore. Gravity is doing that for me. I allow my muscles to rest in their natural state, no longer bracing, no longer preparing, I tell myself, quietly and honestly, that it is safe to rest. Nothing important will be lost by sleeping. In fact, rest is an act of wisdom. It is how the mind renews itself, how the heart softens, how clarity returns without force. I remember that even the Buddha rested beneath the Bodhi tree, allowing stillness to reveal truth in its own time. As the sound of my voice continues, you may listen or you may drift. There is no wrong way to be here. If sleep comes quickly, let it take you. If wakefulness lingers, let it linger gently. I will remain here, guiding softly, walking this quiet path alongside you as I continue speaking softly. I find my mind drifting toward a memory from the life of the Buddha, a memory that has always felt calm and spacious to me. I share it not as a lesson to be learned, but as a quiet scene to rest within. I imagine myself walking alongside him, not as a follower or a student, but simply as a witness, moving at the same slow pace, breathing the same evening air. I remember a time when Siddhartha was still a seeker, long before he was called the Buddha. He had left behind comfort, certainty, and a life that many would consider complete. I feel the stillness of the forest around us as he sits beneath tall trees, their leaves barely moving. There is no rush in him, no desperation, only a deep curiosity about the nature of suffering and peace. I sense that he is not fighting the world, but listening to it. As I walk beside him in my imagination, I notice how gently he treats his own body. He does not punish it. He does not ignore it. He simply cares for it with awareness. When he feels hunger, he notices hunger. When he feels fatigue, he rests. This simple kindness toward himself feels like wisdom in its earliest form. I allow that kindness to reach me too, reminding myself that I do not need to be harsh in order to be worthy of rest. One evening, as the sky darkens into deep blue, I imagine Siddhartha sitting quietly, watching his breath rise and fall. Villages are not far away, and yet the noise of the world feels distant. He is not rejecting life. He is simply meeting it without grasping. I notice how his mind does not cling to thoughts. They appear and they fade, like ripples on a calm pond. I let my own thoughts follow that same pattern, trusting that they will settle when given enough space. There is a moment in his life that always returns to me when I am tired. After years of extreme ascetic practice, Siddhartha realizes that pushing himself to the edge of suffering does not bring clarity. I imagine him sitting by a river, weak and exhausted, finally understanding that the path to peace lies between extremes. As I reflect on this, I feel permission rise within me. Permission to stop pushing. Permission to stop striving. Permission to choose gentleness instead. I imagine offering him a simple bowl of food, and he accepts it without guilt, without pride. Just acceptance. This moment feels soft and human. It reminds me that wisdom does not demand self-denial beyond reason. It invites balance. As I think of this, my own body relaxes further. I do not need to earn rest. I do not need to prove anything tonight, later. As Siddhartha rests beneath the Bodhi tree, I sense a deep quiet spreading through the land. The night insects hum softly. The earth feels steady and supportive beneath him. He is not searching anymore. He is allowing understanding to unfold naturally. I sit nearby in silence, noticing how calm feels contagious. My breathing slows without effort. My shoulders sink lower. Even my thoughts seem to bow in respect to the stillness. When dawn approaches, there is no dramatic moment, no sudden flash. Enlightenment arrives like morning light, gradual and patient. I love this image because it reminds me that clarity does not have to be loud. It can arrive quietly while the world sleeps. I carry this understanding into my own moment now. Sleep too comes gently when it is not forced. I think of the Buddha later in his life, walking from village to village, teaching not with urgency, but with compassion. When people argue, he listens. When they suffer, he sits with them. When they misunderstand him, he does not tighten his heart. I imagine his calm presence, steady and unshaken, like a mountain that does not resist the wind. I allow that image to settle inside me, creating a sense of inner stability. There is a story where someone insults the Buddha harshly, trying to provoke him. I imagine standing nearby, feeling tension rise, expecting a reaction. But the Buddha remains still. He speaks of gifts not accepted returning to the giver. This gentleness is powerful, yet quiet. As I reflect on this, I feel my own emotional burdens loosen. I do not need to carry every harsh word, every memory, every worry into the night. As my thoughts slow, I imagine the Buddha resting at the end of the day. Even he rests. Even he sleeps. This simple truth brings comfort. If one who understood the nature of the mind still allowed his body to rest, then surely I can allow myself the same kindness. I let go of the idea that rest must be productive. Rest simply is. I return to the image of walking beside him along a quiet path. The ground is smooth. The pace is slow. There is no destination we must reach tonight. Each step is complete on its own. I notice how peaceful it feels to move without urgency, to exist without expectation. This feeling spreads through me like warmth as the story fades into silence. I no longer need to picture every detail. The essence remains: gentleness, balance, and awareness. I let these qualities settle into my body and mind. like soft earth covering roots, protecting them through the night. If sleep comes now, I welcome it. If wakefulness remains, I rest within it. For this moment, I am simply here, breathing, supported, and calm, carrying the quiet presence of the Buddha's life, not as a lesson, but as a soothing companion into rest. As my breath continues to slow, my mind begins to wander through a series of gentle stories. Simple moments that carry quiet meaning without asking anything in return. These are the kinds of stories I like to hold when the night grows deep. Stories that do not demand attention, but offer calm if I choose to listen. I imagine myself sitting near a small temple, lantern light glowing softly. As these parables drift through my awareness like whispers, I remember a story of a young monk who once asked his teacher how long it would take to find peace. The teacher looked at him kindly and said, "Perhaps 10 years. The monk, eager and determined, replied that he would practice twice as hard. The teacher smiled and said, "Then perhaps 20 years. When I first heard this, it puzzled me. But tonight, as I rest with it, I understand. Peace does not arrive faster when chased. It comes when effort softens into presence. I feel my own effort dissolving, like hands unclenching after holding something for too long." Another story comes to me, quiet and unassuming. A traveler once crossed a river using a small raft. When he reached the other side, he felt grateful and began to carry the raft on his back wherever he went. A monk who passed by gently asked why he carried such a burden. The traveler said the raft had helped him once, so he felt he must keep it forever. The monk smiled and suggested that tools are meant to be set down when their purpose is complete. As I listen to this story in my mind, I wonder what rafts I am still carrying. Old worries, old fears, old stories about myself. Tonight feels like a good moment to set them down beside the river and walk forward lighter. I imagine myself walking through a forest with another monk, one who speaks very little. At a fork in the path, I ask him, which way leads to freedom? He points to the path beneath my feet. This one, he says. There is something deeply comforting in this answer. I do not need to search far. I do not need to become someone else. This moment, exactly as it is enough. I let that understanding soften my chest and ease my breath. There is a Zen story about a master who was known for his wisdom. One day, a student asked him to explain the truth of existence. The master simply poured tea into the student's cup until it overflowed. When the student protested, the master said the cup was already full. Tonight, I imagine my own cup filled with the day's noise, thoughts, and expectations. I gently allow it to empty, not by force, but by rest. There is no need to add anything else right now. Another parable drifts into my awareness, one I find especially calming. A monk was once asked what he did before enlightenment. He answered, "I chopped wood and carried water." Then he was asked what he did after enlightenment. He replied, "I chopped wood and carried water." This story reminds me that peace does not remove life's simple rhythms. It changes how we meet them. As I lie here now, breathing quietly, I feel comfort in the ordinary, the simple rise and fall of my chest, the stillness of the room, the gentle passing of time. I think of a story where a student asked his teacher how to quiet the mind. The teacher replied, "Do not try to quiet it. Let it settle on its own." I love this teaching because it asks for nothing. It invites patience instead of control. I notice my thoughts slowing naturally, like sediment sinking in clear water. The mind becomes calm when left alone. There is another Zen tale about a monk who was chased by fear. No matter where he went, fear followed. One night, exhausted, he stopped running and turned to face it. In that moment, fear vanished. As I rest with this story, I feel a gentle reassurance. I do not need to run from anything tonight. Whatever remains can sit quietly beside me without harm. A simple story returns to me again and again. A teacher held up a flower and said nothing. One student smiled, and in that smile, understanding passed without words. This reminds me that not everything needs explanation. Silence can carry truth. I allow silence to grow between my breaths, unhurried and kind. I imagine a monk sweeping the temple floor at dawn. Each movement is slow, mindful, complete. There is no rush to finish. The act itself is the practice. As I picture this, I feel a deep sense of permission to move slowly, even in rest. Sleep does not need to arrive quickly. It arrives when it arrives. Another parable floats gently through my awareness. A student once asked, "What is the Buddha?" The teacher answered, 3 pounds of flax. At first, this answer seems strange, but tonight it feels perfect. Truth is not hidden in distant ideas. It is found in simple things, ordinary and present, in the weight of the blanket, in the quiet hum of the night, in the breath I am taking right now. As these stories weave together, they form a soft blanket of understanding around me. None of them demand belief. None of them insist on meaning. They simply exist, offering calm to whoever rests with them. I feel my body sinking deeper into support, my mind growing less interested in effort, more open to stillness. I allow the parables to fade, not because they are finished, but because they no longer need to be held. Their essence remains light and spacious. I am left with a gentle awareness, a quiet presence that asks nothing of me. In this moment, there is nothing to solve, nothing to achieve. Only the simple experience of being here, breathing, resting, and allowing the night to carry me wherever it will dot as the night deepens. I find myself drifting into a longer, slower story. One that unfolds without urgency. I imagine myself walking alone along a quiet path just outside a small village. It's the kind of place where time seems to move differently. The air is cool but gentle, carrying the faint scent of earth and leaves. Each step I take feels unhurried, as if the ground itself is guiding my pace. I am not walking to arrive anywhere. I am walking because walking feels natural. Ahead of me, a small monastery rests against the curve of a hill. Its presence feels calm, as if it has always been there and always will be. I approach slowly, listening to the soft sounds of the night. Crickets sing in steady rhythm. Somewhere in the distance, water moves over stones, patient and unchanging. I feel no need to speak. Silence feels full here. As I enter the monastery grounds, I notice a simple garden illuminated by moonlight. Smooth stones line a narrow path, and I follow it instinctively. With each step, my body feels heavier, more relaxed, as though gravity has grown kinder. I sense my breath matching the slow rhythm of my movement. Inhale, exhale. Nothing forced, nothing held. In the center of the garden stands an old tree. Its branches stretch outward, not reaching, just resting in their natural shape. I sit beneath it, leaning against its solid trunk. The ground beneath me is cool and steady, offering support without effort. I let my shoulders drop. I let my hands rest where they fall. I realize I have been waiting all day for this kind of stillness, though I didn't know it at the time. As I sit there, memories of the day arise softly. Small moments, passing thoughts. I do not follow them. I let them drift through me like reflections on water. The tree does not react to them. The garden does not change. Everything remains calm. I take this as permission to remain calm as well. I imagine a monk walking slowly across the garden. His steps are light, barely disturbing the ground. He does not look at me directly, yet his presence feels welcoming. He sits nearby, not to teach, not to speak, but simply to share the quiet. We breathe in the same air. We exist in the same moment. That feels like enough. Time stretches gently. I cannot tell how long I sit there, and it no longer matters. The night sky above me feels vast, yet comforting. Stars shine without effort, without intention. They do not try to be seen. They simply are. I feel a deep sense of belonging, as if I, too, am allowed to exist without explanation. Eventually, I rise and walk toward a small hall where a single candle burns. Its flame moves softly, responding to invisible currents. I sit on the floor and watch it for a while. The flame teaches me without words. It does not resist the air. It moves with it. When the air is still, the flame is still. When the air shifts, the flame shifts. I feel my mind learning how to do the same. As I continue to watch, my thoughts slow further. The boundaries between my body and the space around me feel less defined. The floor supports me. The walls shelter me. The night holds me. I am not separate from this moment. I am part of it. Later, I find myself lying down on a simple mat. It is firm but comfortable, offering exactly what is needed and nothing more. I rest my head and allow my eyes to close naturally. Darkness does not feel empty here. It feels full, alive, with quiet presence. I listen to my breath again, noticing how smooth it has become in this stillness. A story unfolds without images, without words. It is the story of letting go. I feel old tensions dissolving, not all at once, but gently, layer by layer. My forehead softens, my jaw loosens. Even my eyelids feel heavy, content to remain closed. I remember a teaching I once heard, that the mind is like muddy water. If left alone, it clears itself. I feel that happening now. There's no effort in it, only patience, only trust. I trust the night to do its work. I trust my body to know how to rest. The sounds around me fade into the background. The world feels far away, yet still present, like a quiet companion sitting nearby. I feel safe. I feel held. There is nothing I need to watch for. Nothing I need to prepare for. Sleep is no longer something I am waiting for. It is something I am already moving within. As my awareness grows softer, I feel myself drifting, not falling, just drifting. Thoughts become distant echoes. Sensations blur into warmth. The story no longer needs details. It continues on its own, carrying me gently. I allow myself to sink further into this calm, knowing that wherever this story leads, it leads through kindness, through ease, through quiet understanding. And in that knowing, I rest. I remain here, breathing softly, allowing the quiet wisdom of this moment to repeat itself in simple ways. I notice how nothing needs to change for peace to be present. I am already resting. I am already held. I remind myself gently, again and again, that there is nowhere else I need to be. This moment is complete. I breathe in and I breathe out. Each breath knows what to do. I do not guide it. I do not correct it. I let it come and I let it go. When the breath goes, I let it go fully. When it returns, I welcome it without excitement. Breathing is happening by itself, just like rest. I tell myself, quietly, that effort is no longer required. Effort can sleep now. The mind does not need to solve anything tonight. The heart does not need to protect anything tonight. The body does not need to prepare. I repeat this softly within myself, allowing the words to sink deeper each time. They return. Nothing is missing. Nothing is late. Nothing is wrong. I feel these simple truths settle into my chest like warm air filling a quiet room. If a thought appears, I notice it gently. I do not follow it. I do not push it away. I let it pass like a sound heard from far away. The mind learns slowly and kindly that it does not need to speak so loudly. I remind myself that stillness is not something I create. Stillness is something I uncover by not disturbing it. Like calm water beneath ripples, it has always been here. I allow the ripples to fade on their own. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to pause. I am allowed to be unfinished. These ideas return to me like a slow chant, not spoken aloud, but felt. Each time they return, they carry less effort, less weight. They become softer, almost like a feeling, rather than a thought. I notice how the body continues to relax without instruction. Muscles release when they are ready. The breath deepens when it wants to. The mind slows when it feels safe. I do not rush this process. I trust it. Trust feels like warmth spreading gently through my body. There is a Zen saying that I carry with me now: nothing to hold. I repeat this quietly: nothing to hold, nothing to push away. My hands feel empty. My heart feels open. My mind feels spacious. If an emotion arises, I let it be. If nothing arises, I let that be too. There is no preference. Preference creates movement, and tonight I am practicing stillness. Stillness does not resist life. It simply rests within it. I tell myself again that the present moment does not ask for perfection. It only asks for presence. And even presence does not need effort. It happens naturally when I stop trying to escape. I breathe. I soften. I allow these words repeat like gentle waves touching the shore, over and over without urgency. Each repetition smooths the edges of thought. Each repetition invites deeper rest. I remember that in Zen, the ordinary is sacred. Breathing is sacred. Resting is sacred. Sleeping is sacred. There is nothing small about this moment. There is nothing insignificant about rest. I allow the idea of me to feel lighter. I do not need to define myself right now. I do not need a story. I do not need a role. I am simply awareness resting in a body that is safe. If the mind asks questions, I do not answer them. Questions grow tired when they are not fed. They eventually lie down beside me and rest as well. I feel this happening now. I repeat again, slowly, kindly. This enough. This moment is enough. Nothing more is needed for peace to exist. Peace is not a reward. Peace is the natural state when I stop demanding something else. I notice the quiet between breaths. That quiet feels wide and welcoming. I rest there for a moment. Then another breath comes, and I welcome it too. I let the rhythm continue without interference. I do not chase sleep. I do not wait for it. I simply rest where I am. Sleep knows where to find me. Sleep arrives when the invitation is gentle. I repeat softly within, let go. Let be, let go, let be. Each time I repeat it, the meaning becomes simpler. Eventually, it becomes just a feeling of ease. The body grows heavier. Not in a way that traps me, but in a way that anchors me. I feel connected to the surface beneath me, supported, held. I no longer need to hold myself together. I remind myself that the night is patient. Time is patient. There is no deadline for rest. There is no goal to reach. I have already arrived. Thoughts slow. Breath deepens. Awareness softens. These are not commands. They are observations. They happen naturally when nothing is forced. I allow silence to stretch. I allow it to be long. Silence is not empty. It is full of rest. It is full of space. I lean into it gently. If I drift, I drift. If I remain awake, I remain awake. Either way, I am resting. This understanding removes all pressure. Pressure dissolves. The body responds with ease. The mind responds with quiet. I repeat again, barely forming the words now. Nothing to do. Nothing to become. Nothing to become. Each repetition feels like sinking deeper into calm water. The surface fades. The depth holds me gently. I stay with this feeling, allowing it to repeat itself in my awareness until words are no longer necessary, until only rest remains steady and kind, carrying me naturally towards sleep. I remain here with you as the night grows even quieter, allowing everything to slow to its own natural pace. There is no need to listen closely now. My voice can become part of the background, like a distant sound that no longer asks for attention. You may already be drifting, and if you are, that is perfectly fine. Nothing more is required. If you are still awake, let yourself rest gently in this moment. Do not try to fall asleep. Simply allow your body to continue doing what it already knows how to do. Breathing continues on its own. The heart beats steadily. The night holds you without effort. There is nothing important you need to remember from this time. There is nothing you need to carry forward. These moments are meant to dissolve into rest, just like dreams fade by morning. You can let go completely. I want you to know, quietly and sincerely, that you are safe right now. Safe to rest. Safe to be still. Safe to release the weight of the day. Nothing from the past needs your attention tonight. Nothing from the future needs preparation. This moment is protected by stillness. If thoughts appear, let them be soft and distant, like lights seen far away through mist. You do not need to approach them. You do not need to understand them. Let them dim on their own as your awareness sinks deeper. The body may feel heavy now, or light, or somewhere in between. However it feels is correct. Let gravity support you. Let the surface beneath you carry your weight. You do not need to hold yourself up anymore. I gently remind you that rest is not something you must achieve. It is something that happens when resistance fades. You have already done enough. The effort of the day is complete. Now there is only allowing dot. As the minutes pass, my words will grow fewer, softer, less important. Silence will begin to take their place. That silence is intentional. It is there to protect your sleep, not to interrupt it. You can rest inside that silence without concern. If sleep comes now, let it take you fully. Let it wrap around you without thought. If sleep takes longer, that is also fine. You are still resting. Rest is already happening. Nothing will be taken from you while you sleep. Nothing will be missed. The world can wait. Everything you need will still be there when you wake. I invite your mind to become less interested in listening, less interested in following words. It can drift freely like a leaf on still water. There's no direction to choose. The night continues its quiet work. Muscles soften. The face relaxes. The space behind the eyes grows dark and calm. Awareness narrows gently, like a candle flame, growing smaller but steadier. You do not need to stay with my voice. You do not need to stay with any sound at all. You are free to sink beneath them into deeper rest. If at any moment you feel yourself slipping into sleep, do not hold onto awareness. Let it go completely. Trust that you will wake naturally when rest is complete. For now, there's nothing else to guide, nothing else to say. Only the quiet remains, steady and kind, protecting your sleep as the night carries you gently onward.